Meghan and Harry got into a big brawl after spotting Spare off track. It is driving them to lose the royal brand. Hello friends, and welcome to the breaking royal news about the notorious hypocritical couple Harry and Meghan Markle on our Kate Middleton and the Queen News Version 2 channel. Harry has argued that losing the title of Sussex would have minimal impact on him and his wife Meghan Markle. A member of Parliament, though, is now working to reform the statute governing peerages. After the release of his biography entitled Spare, Harry could have all but sealed his and Meghan's doom and fueled the last drive to have the Sussex titles dropped. And this is according to the observations of a royal analyst. One insider was outraged by Harry's statement. Line of succession first? Who wants this dim one in line for our crown? Secondly, put his prince title in abeyance. He is a disgrace to the royal family, the country, and the Commonwealth. What difference would it make was a really silly answer that Harry had given. If losing something makes no difference, it clearly has no meaning or value. And that is all we needed to know. In order to deprive the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of their titles, Conservative MP Bob Seely has proposed amending the 1917 Titles Deprivation Act. According to Jonathan Sacerdoti, Seely acknowledged that the book was a major factor in motivating him to move through with his objectives. Sacerdoti said, Bob Seely first began to think about taking this action when the Netflix series was made available. He and I did, however, speak shortly after the release of Spare, and I do not believe that it made any difference at all. Many people believe that the book has betrayed the royal family and the monarchy, and it has also been widely derided in various ways. This simply is not how royalty generally acts, he said. The book contains more extensive and many claims against the royal family than ever before, which has lowered Harry's favourability ratings and prompted many people to wonder if he should continue to use his title. Harry and Meghan provided enough fuel to be stripped of their gifted titles when they chose to abandon their royal responsibilities. In the absence of them voluntarily giving up the titles which were gifted to them by the very institution they abhor, their titles should be removed by Parliament, as well as Harry's position, including his offspring, from the line of succession. Now hopefully this will encourage King Charles III to remove Harry's princely dignity. Many people believe, erroneously, that Harry's princely dignity is his birthright. But Harry's princely dignity is not his birthright and can be removed by the sovereign. That way, when Harry loses his peerages, his wife cannot become Princess Henry. With the removal of the peerages and the princely dignity, Harry's wife will become Mrs. Windsor. We must remember that the dignity of the Prince or Princess of the United Kingdom is entirely at the will of the sovereign, as is the HRH status, or the removal of an HRH status. One royal fan said, I thought the Queen requested that they did not use their titles for monetary gain, and they have done nothing but this. They did not respect the Queen's wishes, so they must be removed through Parliament, along with the Prince's title. Harry in an interview said that he couldn't see what difference it would make, so play him at his own game and see what difference it will make. Sacerdoti added when he spoke with Fox Digital, Seely intends to submit a private member's bill that would provide a vote to change the 1917 Titles Deprivation Act, which was used to deny the German royal family of their United Kingdom titles during the First World War. It is remarkable that a sitting MP feels so passionately about the acts of Harry and the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, that he wants to utilise the same statute to strip them of their titles. Back then, that degree of betrayal was considered a reason to remove royal titles. Only peers who have been found guilty of a crime or who have taken up arms against the United Kingdom are currently eligible for immediate peerage removal. When the First World War was still raging, the Act was drafted, and Harry's great-grandfather, George V, used it in 1919 to deprive the Duke of Albany, the Duke of Cumberland and Teviotdale, the Earl of Armagh, and the Viscount Taffy of Corran of their titles for fighting alongside the German army. In reference to the potential introduction of a members' bill to strip Harry and Meghan of the titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Seeley said, "A political issue exists. He is targeting certain crucial institutions in this nation, in addition to demeaning his family and profiting off his unhappiness for the general populace." Harry might follow royal tradition and willingly renounce his positions. This would spare him the embarrassment of the king taking away the titles. The granddaughter of Queen Victoria, Princess Patricia of Connaught, gave up her titles in 1919 when she wed Sir Alexander Ramsay. She adopted the name Lady Patricia Ramsay in honour of her husband's status as the third Earl's son, while maintaining her superiority over English marchionesses. Harry would still be a prince of the United Kingdom even if he gave up the ducal titles he received after marrying Meghan in 2018. Meghan would still be allowed to be presented as Princess Henry as she uses the feminine form of her husband's titles. Since her husband is the only male descendant of George V who has not received royal peerage, Princess Michael of Kent is the only member of the royal family who continues to utilize the tradition. It is not going to do any good if Parliament cannot strip Harry of all titles, even Prince, because now Meghan can call herself Princess Henry of Wales or something like that. She does not deserve to have a princess before her name because she has trashed the royal family and worked only a split second as a senior royal. Kate had to wait and work for years before she was able to have a princess title. They might just as well leave it alone now. They have already done damage by invading the privacy of the royals and talking so nastily about them, and that is why a line has to be drawn. Harry should be stripped of his prince titles immediately. He should be cut off from succession. You see, Meghan has been very quiet now because she knows this MP or Parliament can strip them of their titles. The problem being, of course, most of the members of Parliament have no stomach for such, believing it to be merely a family food fight. Another example of our elected representatives flipping off the people who put them in those positions. There is nothing, however, to prevent the king from acting with a backbone rather than as an invertebrate, in accomplishing much the same thing on his own by announcing the complete disinheritance of the spare, revocation of all property leases of the spare as a tenant, and declaring to the world that Harry has no standing with the crown, and those who enter into business with the Duke should be aware that the monarchy has no further connection with him. But that, as said, would require a king, much like the Danish queen, with a true spine and with intestinal fortitude. What do you think about Harry and Meghan's self-shoot with their brand-killing memoir? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. We hope you have found this video helpful. Do not forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying it. Now thank you for watching this newsletter. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.